what is up? Marissa here. Got a video on how to drop ship, and this is more of a tip video for people who are just starting out with drop shipping. And these are some tips you can kind of be aware of before and while you're doing drop ship, things you can keep in mind. Okay, and I'm going to be talking pretty fast. I can make this video really long, but I just wanted to point out a few tips that are going to be pretty helpful, and kind of keep it going. Okay, I'll make some more videos on this topic, but this is kind of just for beginners right now, or for people that haven't seen too much success. Okay, so if you're clicking on this video, you probably already know what drop shipping is, but if for the few that don't, let's say you're on a site called, this is obviously drop shipping on eBay as well. Okay, I forgot to say that. So let's say you go to a site called Amazon. It's pretty big. You type in blue lamp and you're like, ooh, this lamp looks cool. All right, you see it's a cool lamp. People love it. They're buying it. By the way, you don't really want to drop ship anything from Amazon that's like below 2 stars, because then you run the risk of them hating it when they get it and then like giving returns. And basically drop shipping, I kind of was talking too fast. It is a way you sell physical products online without you having them. And you're like, okay, this girl's got to be smoking, because that doesn't even make sense. I'm going to show you what it is. So you like this listing, so you're going to copy this listing basically. You're going to copy the title, the description, and these pictures, and you're going to go to the great old site eBay. You're going to log in, press the sell button, and you're basically going to recreate this listing. Now you're going to change the title around, you're going to change the description a little bit. You're not going to have it word for word. Okay, but the big point is, you, instead of selling it for $12.99, you raise the price to like 20 or like 25. Okay. And let's say somebody goes to your eBay listing and they're like, I want to buy this, and they buy it for $20 to $25. Cool, you made a sale. You basically take that money, you go on Amazon, you buy this, okay, for $12.99, and instead of putting your shipping address, you put your buyer's shipping address on eBay, and it gets sent to them, and basically you keep the profit. Now eBay has eBay and PayPal fees, so by the time the eBay fees get done with you, you'll be making around $3 or $4 profit if you were selling that lamp for $20. And you're like, oh my God, that sucks, crusty booty hole. Okay, all right, let me explain it this way. Let's say you have that listing on eBay and that thing is selling anywhere from 5 to 12 times a day. Okay, or let's say 10 times a day. Let's not make it so high. That's kind of a cool item. So let's say you're making, all right, it's selling 10 times a day, right? Let's do a little math here, which is not really. So $30 a day, we all know that. And then you times it by 7. That's $210 a week on one listing, okay? Extra, okay? That may not be a lot of money, but for some people that's pretty cool to make on one listing on eBay, okay? Or let's just take it down a notch. Maybe you're selling it 4 times a day. Maybe it's not as high. Maybe you're new and it's not selling as much. We do 3 times 4. We got that. It's 12 times, all right, 7. So that's $84 a week with that one listing, okay? And that's just one. Let's say now that listing's working for you, but let's say you make another listing and it's a red lamp this time, and that one maybe is a better lamp. You can make $5 profit or more, $8 profit on it. And that one's selling anywhere from, 5 to, again, 10 times or plus a day. Let's say it's 5, okay? Let's say you're making $6 profit on it and it's selling 5 times basically a day. All right, so that's 30 again. It's basically the same amount. Let's change that. I don't know what I was doing. Let's say it's selling every time it sells, let's say it's selling 3 times a day. All right. So that's $126, okay, plus the 84, $210, okay, a week, and that's 2 listings. And then, you see it can compound and just gets freaking crazy, okay? So that's kind of the idea. You don't have to go for $3 profit items. You can go for much bigger items where you're getting 10 to 20, even sometimes in some cases $50 every time it sells profit, which is like amazing. So let me just get into the tips here. So the first tip is, oops. Oh my God, I'm terrible. getting your feedback in order on eBay. Okay, so this is not necessarily a drop shipping tip. This is something you want to do before you are drop shipping, really. And if you're not really having success, it could be because of this. It could be because you're new and you don't have very much feedback on your eBay account. And if you've bought anything from eBay, you know yourself, you usually stay away from people who don't have very good feedback scores. It just makes you not trust them. So if you have zero feedback, you want to get your feedback in order. And so how you do that is just a typical way. You can sell things around, and I would shoot for like 10 to 15 feedbacks. If you can get 10 people to 15 people to start leaving you basically feedback, you can start kind of thinking about drop shipping. Okay. You can sell things around your house for dirt cheap. You're not necessarily trying to make a lot of money on these things. You're just trying to get them out your house so you can get feedback fast. That's one way. Second way, a little sneakier, and I think it's really funny, is you make some listings that are really like dirt cheap, and you have like your friends or family buy them. Okay, that's what I did, to be honest. I mean, I had my mom buy like my listings in the beginning, and for $1, $5 or whatever, and she would leave me feedback. And a lot of times your friends and family are going to leave you like awesome feedback, okay, as a seller. The third thing you can do is you can buy things on eBay. Yes, you can buy really cheap things on eBay from big sellers, and a lot of times they'll leave you instant feedback. And again, to see an example of this, a really cool technique is go to my channel and find the video it's going to be either under this or next to this one, called how to sell on eBay, basically. And check that out. It's really cool. That is like a really fun way to actually get your feedback up, okay? So once you get, now if you already have an account that has feedback on it, then you're good to go. The second thing, this is a drop shipping tip, is you have to make sure your product research is basically down packed. Like, people usually, if they have problems, it's like right here. They're like, I don't know what to sell, okay? I don't know what to sell, and people try to think too hard on what to sell. Now, you can look at, one of the ways you can basically look around your room wherever you are right now, and a lot of times you have things in there that you can drop ship, even like computer desks, a table lamp, like kind of was going to go over, some sort of furniture, a bed headboard, something like, curtains even, let's see, I'm trying to look around everywhere. A lot of stuff, okay? It's like, okay, she must have a very plain room. Kind of do, actually. All right, so there's that, or you can go to the internet and just say, what are people buying right now? What are the hot items people are buying? Also kind of pay attention to the seasons. Like right now it's summertime, so think of summery things people like to buy. Think pool, think cool, right? Fans, little personal fans, yoga mats, beach stuff, those big old umbrella things people put on their back decks, on tables, barbecue pits, things like that are really, really cool. And in the fall there are certain things people buy, and in the winter there are things that certain people buy, certain things that people buy. And there you go. This is probably the main thing I spend my time doing, is product research. I like to find really hot selling items. And this kind of leads me to my third point, which is, quality versus quantity. Some people teach drop shipping like this. They say, they kind of teach it like a numbers game. The more you list, the more you sell. And that's not necessarily always the case. I mean, you can have 50 items listing, but if they're all crappy, or your feedback's not in order, and you don't have certain things in place, you're gonna rarely sell. Okay, I just talked to a guy the other day that had always had 50 listings up and nobody was buying them, and it was because of some of these things that I'm pointing out right here that he wasn't really paying attention to. So again, this kind of ties into the product research. You really want to make sure the things you are listing are going to sell. I don't really like to bother with listing something if I think it's not really going to sell that much. I mean, things have to at least sell minimum of 5 times a day, okay? Like each listing, okay? I'd much rather have 5 listings, selling 5, all of them selling 5 times a day, me making $3, even if it's $2 profit, versus having 20 or 25 listings up, and maybe 3 out of those 20 listings are selling, you know, once every other day. Like, no. And yeah, I guess in that case, yeah, you got to put up a freaking 1,000 listings for you to even make, you know, that's just dumb to me. So, quality versus quantity, okay? That's a really, please, like, okay, like, people may think you know, you'd be surprised how many people don't do that. I'm like, why did you list this? But anyways, okay. So the fourth one is kind of my last one for right now. Oh, I just already picked one. Because I can't make this video past 15 minutes, and that is, I don't know why I just spit it like that. Oh well. No, let's fix that. Okay. You want to get in the habit of listing every day, even if it's just one item, okay? Because a lot of times with doing something like this, you know, this is not like a regular, like, especially if you're really serious about getting into this business, it's not like a regular 9-to-5 job where someone tells you what to do and they tell you how to do it. I mean, you have to kind of get yourself to do that kind of stuff. To basically work. And sometimes it can actually be really hard. It can be really fun, but it's hard to do sometimes because you kind of let yourself slack. So list items every day. Constantly learn about dropshipping. Constantly do your product research and get better at it. And dropshipping is basically one of those things where practice makes perfect. I mean, basically everything like that is like that in life, but dropshipping really is, okay? Because once you get it down packed, you can't really be stopped, to be honest. And the next thing from there is just ramping up, making more listings, and getting better at your product research and you know, all that kind of stuff. So those are some things. Those are like little things you can think of, basically, to start, you know, your dropshipping business. Just as a little bonus, what I'll tell, I wasn't thinking about doing this, but another thing you want to be kind of watchful for is your competition size, like certain things you're going after. And I'll kind of explain what I mean. If you're trying to go on eBay to drop ship, let's take blue lamp, okay? This blue lamp may break us right now. Blue lamp, okay? You want to be aware of your competition size a lot of times. Some people say you don't have to. Okay, so how you find that out is you type in your keyword, whatever you're trying to list. Let's say it's coffee table or whatever. You see right here, it gives you the results. This basically tells you how many listings there are for this keyword blue lamp. So that's 78,000 results, okay? And that is like and as you can see, that's actually the lamp we found on Amazon. That's actually really funny. But anyways, there are 78,000 results for blue lamp. That's kind of big. And when you're very new, that's a little too big, and you won't be able to outrank some of these people, okay, at all. And your listing won't be seen. I like to shoot for the result size to be anywhere from like 300 to 5,000 listings, okay? Small enough for you to kind of compete with everybody there. But again, you also want to, just because, you know, the results are small doesn't mean you have a really hot item. The cool thing is finding small niches, but people are still typing in, or people are still looking for, a lot of people. So that's kind of another really, really good tip as well. Like, don't go for really things that are like way crazy in the competition section, okay? So 300 to 5,000 listings is kind of a good competition range you want to kind of go for. All right, so that's the end of my tip video. If you like this video, if you got some value, if you learned something, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this. And listen, this is for the serious people. If you really like drop shipping, you want more value, you want to take it really, really serious, below this video is a link to a system that basically showed me what I know about drop shipping, okay? This is like the video where you're at. You're going to scroll down a little bit, and in this section, you're going to see the description, and there's a link. You can click on it, okay? And basically a crap load of information on how to sell, way better product research tips. And I'm doing this right now because when anybody kind of joins that system, you'll be on my team. You'll have access basically to me. I'll basically have one-on-one time with you. If you're listing and maybe it's not working out or something like that, I can take a look at your listings and help you improve them and just give you a lot more tips on how to rank and things like that, and even outbeat the top sellers even at a small level. Okay, so that's basically it. Click that link to join the system or check it out. Hope you like the video, and God bless.